capacity crowd packed the Meadowlands where the temperature was -7 with the wind chill factor. We pick up the action at the kickoff. Our commentators are Ahmad Rashad and Don Cricky.
And now the Giants, Bjorn Nitmo kicks it off to start the game. He hits a high spinner that'll carry short. Coming up, Stephon Adams can't get to it. Steve Smith, a fullback, takes it, and he is out to the 36-yard line. So the Raiders go on offense to start the game. There is Steve Berline in his second year from Notre Dame. His offensive line, new starter at left tackle. Graves is out. Steve Wright is in. Mosbar's good at center. Wisniewski from Penn State has been tremendous as a rookie at guard. Bo Jackson, the starting runner, averaging 5.6 a carry. Galton Fernandez both like to go to the deep pattern. And Mike Dial has been catching a lot of deep balls at tight end. Vance Mueller will come in as a receiving back on the longer yardage plays. Raiders come out in that basic pro set they're so noted for. Wide receiver to either side, open set in the backfield. First down and 10, Los Angeles. Berline going to air it out, and first down. Here comes LT, and Taylor with his 14th sack. At his best in the biggest games, and LT starts fast, and the Giants knock the Raiders back with a sack.
Don, I got such a kick the other day when we were talking to Lawrence Taylor, and you said, "Is this the best team you've ever played on?" He said, "Well, we're 11-4. That's pretty good, ain't it?" Once again, you see Lawrence Taylor here. Steve Wright trying to stop him, but I don't think there's anybody that can stop Lawrence Taylor man-to-man. Steve Wright just grabs a piece of his jersey, has to let it go, and Taylor makes the sack.
8-yard loss on the play. So now the Raiders are up against it with 3 wideouts in the game. Berline playing without gloves gives to Bo Jackson. The Giants shut him down. On 2nd and 18, Bo Jackson gets little, if anything at all. It'll bring up 76,000 strong backing the Giants. Raiders have dominated the series, winning 5 of 6 previous meetings. Hand up to Jackson, looking to turn the corner left side, and he's cut down in the backfield. Mark Collins comes up on him, the left side cornerback. So it is 3 downs and out as the Raiders lose yardage in their first possession.
The one thing that has kept this New York Giant team alive all season has been their defense. They are tremendous. And they get you in a situation where you've got to pass. You are at a tremendous disadvantage.
Gossett punts for Los Angeles. Proven cold-weather punter for his years at Cleveland. He drives Meggett deep. Dave Meggett, a rookie who's going to the Pro Bowl, breaks it across the 35. He's not done till he crosses the 40. Still on his feet. Meggett could go the distance. Dave Meggett's inside the 30. No one will catch him now. And the rookie from Towson State takes it the distance with no flags on the field. 52-yard punt into the wind, and Meggett brings it back 76 yards for the Giants. As the first time they touch the ball in this game, they go right through Art Shell's coverage team, and the Giants, with Nitmo hitting the extra point, have taken a 7-0 lead.
Dave Meggett is the guy that has scared this Raider team the entire week. He is just named to the Pro Bowl, and when that happens to you, what inspires you to go out and is to show everybody else, this is the reason why I'm going to the Pro Bowl. And Meggett here, just with a great run, keeps his feet and just keeps on coming. That is just a spectacular punt return. And he's the guy that the Raiders worried about, Dave Meggett.
So Meggett gets the Giants on the scoreboard early. As we see the action, the Raiders are preparing to punt to him once again.
Another good punt. High into the wind. Here's Meggett at his 39. Raiders cover this time. Free ball. Raiders seem to have it. They're signaling they do. To see if the official concurs. He does. So a break goes the Raiders' way, to the dismay. Play fake, first down, and again the rush comes. This time it's Johnny Cooks, number 98. So Coach Shell's Raiders are losing yardage on all 3 possessions so far.
That left tackle spot has been a problem for the Raiders, and Bill Parcells says that's where we want to attack. And here comes Johnny Cooks right over left tackle to make this play. I'm sure that upsets.
Berline, downfield strike. He hits it down to Alexander, who, cutting in on a post pattern, left to right, takes it to the 26 and gets down to the 25. 2nd and 7. They give Berline time, and he throws a fastball that's caught and taken down to the 11-yard line by Marcus Allen, who missed a lot of weeks with a strained knee. Saw Marcus at practice yesterday. A good pal of yours. His weight. Raiders challenging now. First down. Berline gets more time, and he's making connections as Galt, coming off the right flank, is down to the 7-yard line, where Carl Banks, number 58, made the stop for the Giants. 2nd and 7 for a touchdown. Pitch back Smith. Raiders blocking hard, and Smith didn't get in, but he might have 4 new downs for the Raiders.
Very important. And Marcus Allen's in the backfield. Anytime he's there, you always got to look over that flyover.
Marcus goes over the top. Play fake. Pattern downfield, and Ethan Horton makes the reception for a Raider touchdown. So the Raiders come right back in this game, and Coach Art Shell, who came in and when he took over for fired Mike Shanahan and told him go back to having fun playing football, and they started to win right away.
The Raiders just come out and play solid football at you. They don't care about anything else. And they used to Berline finding Ethan Horton wide open in the back of the end zone.
Jeff Jager hits the point after. So Berline throwing strikes all the way down the field, ties it up with the TD throw. Sean Landetta steps into the ball, gets it away downfield. Raiders will get very good field position. Stephon Adams runs it back inside the 30, and he's out of bounds at about the 23-yard line.
This Raider team, it's like night and day to watch this team now as opposed to last year. I mean, the way you bring the mystique.
10 inside the Giant 25. Berline looking deep. End zone ball. It's quacking as it floats down, and it's almost caught somehow at the 6-yard line. Fernandez had a play on the ball. Pepper Johnson decked Steve Berline. Do you think he just has might just be the wind knocked out of him? $1,000 for a breath of air.
That's about right down
to his stomach.
Yeah, I think that's what happened, but he just got leveled by Pepper Johnson. And it was a fine job of Berline trying to hold this ball to wait for his receiver to get open. He's holding the ball, still trying to find a receiver, and here comes Pepper Johnson. Just as he lets it go, he gets leveled. That's the price you playing quarterback. You got to wait for your receiver to get open. He sees this guy coming at him right down the middle. He just has to be courageous enough to stand in there and deliver the ball at the last minute. Almost gets a completion.
13. Here's the blitz. They pick up Guyton. Guyton's coming. Here's the throw downfield, and he makes the connection to Fernandez. There's a penalty marker down in the Raider backfield. Holding is signaled against the Raiders. The play comes back. Guyton coming on a strong safety blitz might have been held as he was about to get to Berline.
Steve Berline showing.
68 offense, holding, 10-yard penalty, replay of 3rd down.
The hold was on Bruce Wilkerson, number 68. On the right-hand side of your screen, right there in the middle of the screen, number 68. There's the hold right there. He's got both arms out. Sort of a battle right here. And he just has his hand right up on Leonard Marshall's side. And that's when the flag comes out. But Berline showed he was on the run and threw that ball.
Ball back to the 30 as you see 3rd and 17. Game tied early in the 2nd quarter, 7-7. Home run ball into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders to Mervyn Fernandez. Berline threading it in these Arctic conditions with a strike to Fernandez for the touchdown. 9th TD catch of the year for Fernandez, as the Giant on the sidelines cracks a smile.
And this Giant on the other side has no smiles available right now, but swerving Mervyn Fernandez uses his size right now. He's 6'3", a huge receiver, gets by the defender on the line of scrimmage. Now watch how smooth he is once he goes for this ball. No hitch in his step at all. Gets right by Sheldon White, number 39. Easy. That's another little pitch and catch. Swerving Mervyn Fernandez.
So Berline with 2 TD throws in the first half. Jager with his 2nd extra point. And the Raiders, who look like they might get KO'd early in this game when they fell behind 7-0, the first time a Giant touched the ball, now have taken a 14-7 lead. Sims, like Berline, plays without gloves on. On 1st down and 10, a deep drop. Over the middle throw, open is Cross, the tight end, and the rookie from Alabama. comes down with the ball at the 25-yard line. So Howard Cross, who has stood out as a rookie blocker in the absence of Bavaro, who's still injured, makes a big catch, good for 27 yards.
Howard Cross just showing that he's really coming around. I talked to Phil Simms about Howard Cross before the game. He said he's an excellent blocker, and he just hasn't caught enough passes to become comfortable, but he is going to be a great player. And here you see Simms has a lot of confidence in him because he fires right to him. When they have Bavaro in the game, they don't hesitate to go to that tight end.
Howard Cross, it was his first one as a Giant. On first down, Simms looks down again over the middle. Here's an open man. Mowat, the tight end. He's down to the goal line, not in, but it's first and goal Giants. As all of a sudden, Phil Simms, who could not make the connections in the wind, starts to zone in on his receivers, and the Giants are point blank to tie this game.
They like to go to that tight end. They take those wide receivers and run them down the middle of the field and try to isolate that tight end. You see Jerry Robinson, number 57, dropping back in coverage. But on the other side of the field, there's Zeke Mowat. Great possession catch.
Up the middle, and in goes Otis Anderson. Anderson with his 13th touchdown of the season, and the Giants, who came in as a favorite, are now an extra point away from tying the game at 14-all.
Otis Anderson, the Plan C free agent. Nobody wanted me but
Only
me.
Otis. Extra point is up and good, and with 6:08 to play in the first half, the Giants and the Raiders are locked up at 14. Berline picks it up, broken play. On first down, he did well just to save possession of the ball. It'll be second down and about 14. Jackson came to the Raiders in '86. Thing about Jackson, he can carry it for 1 yard, 2 yards, no yards, and bang, 90 yards. He can take it in from anywhere on the field anytime he touches it. Here's the sack. Lawrence Taylor comes over the top. And Berline is down again. Lawrence Taylor with his second sack of the game.
As you start to play this game, you start to get a feel for Lawrence Taylor. And if in the past you had a certain amount of time to throw the ball, if Lawrence Taylor's on the field, take 2 seconds off of it, because you will not have that time. You see Berline, he was in the pocket there. Lawrence Taylor just ran through everybody. Lawrence Taylor is blocked right now, but look at Lawrence, just a bull move where he just runs number 66, Rory Graves, right back into the quarterback.
Joe Gibbs of Washington, who's had the best game plans offensively against the Giants since Taylor's been here. Every single down has him at least double teamed. Downfield throw, open man, and Mike Alexander comes down with the ball at the 30-yard line. So Berline takes a beat and gets up and pops a downfield throw, good for 34 yards. Here's a handoff. It goes to Smith. He loses the ball, and the Giants have it. Pepper Johnson comes up with the ball. Raiders arguing that the ground caused the fumble. I'm sure we'll take another look at this on review. Gary Reasons looked like the guy had knocked it free, and Pepper Johnson, 52, came up with it.
At the top of the game, I said that the toughest thing to do in cold weather is to hang on to the football. Here you see Smith coming over. Reasons the first one to get there and rips the ball out, but it looked like his knee may have been down. Looked like his right knee was down when that ball came out. Here's another look. Now watch Steve Smith as he comes. Watch his left knee. Left knee appeared to be, once again, watch his left knee. Reason with his hands on the ball. Left knee is down, and now the ball comes out.
All right. So the review is on, and a most important one. Pepper.
In this weather with the wind blowing is snap on a kick.
He was out here early doing it.
This will be very important to see if Mosbar can get the snap back.
Tough to hold, too. Berline does that. Kicks on the way. And he hits it. Jaeger rips a 43-yard field goal with 1 minute and 2 seconds to play in the first half, and the Raiders have broken the tie and taken a 17-14 lead.
The Giants managed to drive the ball downfield in the final minute of the half, and Bjorn Nitmo kicked a 28-yard field goal to tie up the scores at 17 apiece at the half. Game.
Giants are set to go on offense. Good field position to start their second drive of the third quarter. All inside the Raider 40. Tie game 17 all. Power run. O.J. Anderson takes it down to the 37-yard line. And here is Anderson getting the swing pass. On a second down and 8 play, he's ahead for maybe 3 or 4 yards. Mike Harden, the Raiders' strong safety, the former Denver Bronco, knocked him down.
O.J. Anderson, even though he's 32 years old, always, and this has been a trademark of his entire career, he always gets positive yardage. He's always a guy that's always going forward. You don't see him too often where he gets in a situation where he'll get dropped for minus yardage. He's always going forward, very strong in the legs.
Broke all the rushing records at Miami of Florida of your old teammate, Chuck Foreman.
One of the greatest I've ever played with, Chuck Foreman.
Probably the best in the league in his heyday. Anderson came into the league in '79 and rushed for over 1,600 yards as a rookie. Sims in the flat. Meggett makes the play, and he's down inside the 20-yard line. They had him isolated out of the backfield on linebacker Jerry Robinson. It was an overmatch. Meggett's too fast. 13 yards and a Raider first down.
And Jerry Robinson, as I said earlier in the game, his biggest fear was trying to cover Dave Meggett. He just got him one-on-one, and now Robinson knows it's just a foot race right here. And there's not one linebacker in the league, I think, that can cover Dave Meggett out of the backfield. He just puts too much pressure on a linebacker. He has too much going forward for a linebacker to be able to cover him running backwards.
He was the 1AA Player of the Year at Towson State. Last year, 5th-round pick of the Giants as Anderson runs. The Raiders hold on. Lionel Washington, the right side cornerback, 48, got a hold of a leg and didn't let go as O.J. takes it down to the 15. As we look at the scoreboard now, Eagles with a 7-point lead over Phoenix. New Orleans has extended its lead over the Indianapolis Colts to 17-6 in the third quarter.
Yeah, they're down there.
Good news for the Raiders.
They're down there talking about who dat down there in New Orleans.
Yeah, that club won't be in the playoffs, but they've beaten a lot of teams that are going. Rams playing well in the cold at New England. Second down 5 for Sims and the Giants, and now they go to Anderson. Straight ahead run game, and he takes it down to the 13-yard line. Anderson with a lot of carries this year, averages just 3.1, but he's approaching 1,000 yards for the season.
This is the kind of offense that the Giants like to get you, the kind of a football game that they like to get you in, where they have the ball for quite a long time and keep you on your end of the field. So even if you do get the ball back, you're always operating from a minus situation.
Field position's been the Raiders. There's the Giants in the second half. They've been plus field position all half. They go to 2 tight ends now, ready to power run right. Right was cut down in a hard jolting hit at the 11-yard line. A 3rd and 2 carry is short of the first down. Thomas Benson, who's been a big player for the Raiders, a Plan B free agent, came in from New England, an Oklahoma backer number 52 or 54, made the head-on strike. Will the Giants look to break the tie with a field goal? They have 4th and a yard. Watch your kick it.
Bill Parcells looking out there pointing, saying, go ahead, boys. If we're going to get the big prize, we're going to have to get in a situation like this and come out successful. Even if they don't, they still got the Raiders down in their own end, and the strength of their team is their defense.
And the form chart favors the Giants on these 4th down attempts. As you see, 16 of 21 they've converted. 4th and a yard, over the top, and Anderson has a first down for the Giants. He's down to the 10-yard line with 9:06 to play in the third quarter. Talking about a coach being a player's coach, players love decisions like that.
It gives you a chance to show what you can do. You have an offensive line like this that has a guy in the backfield that's close to 1,000 yards. For the last 3 years, they've always had a great running back, and that starts with the offensive line. So you give them a yard to go, they honestly believe that they can get it every single time.
Anderson needs about 21 yards now to reach 1,000 yards for his 5th season as a pro. Hasn't been there since '84. Here's Anderson looking at the end zone. He's down to the 5 on a cutback run. Benson got him. So the Giants with field position, and Parcells' team going to that power game now, Ahmad, trying to just push it into the end zone.
You know, he's an old tackle himself. He played a little offensive tackle, and he knows that you got a line like they got with a bunch of 300-pounders on down there. What you want to do now is just lean on them guys in front of you and just keep powering it into the end zone.
Extended drive. Giants have owned the ball in the 3rd quarter, but the game is still tied. That could change as O.J. Anderson takes it down to the goal line. No signal. He's down close, but not in. Big block by Moet. Big block by the other tight end, Cross. Mike Wise made the tackle.
That is called the avalanche effect. You saw the offensive line pushing ahead, and once O.J. Anderson got in there and started pushing along with those offensive linemen, the pile just kept going backwards and backwards.
Clock running, 7:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. Anderson, the lone setback. Power blocker Carthon is set right. They could be going that way. Anderson up the middle and takes it in. And the Giants break the tie.
See, this is real football here. You see William Robbins, number 66, right here, just power over number 79, Bob Golick. And then O.J. Anderson, who they say is too old, he only touched the ball 9 out of the 10-play drive, 8 rushes and 1 reception, and takes it right there into the end zone. Here comes O.J. Anderson. The reason I call this real football, see, they got them little light wide receivers and people out of the game.
O.J. Anderson with the personal best 14th touchdown of this season. Extra point by Nitmo is up and good. So the decision to field a punt inside his 5 by Stephon Adams looms large as field position has led to this Giant score.
And on their next possession, the Giants offense continued to move the ball, but the drive stalled at the 4, and Nitmo came in to attempt a 21-yard field goal that was good and made the score 21-17. We rejoin the action on the Giants' next possession.
10-point lead. They're liable to look to run the clock some now with the running game. And here comes Anderson turning upfield, and he's to the 43-yard line. Where Eddie Anderson, the free safety, and inside linebacker Thomas Benson were on the stop for the Raiders.
This Giant team, if they can get 4 yards a crack, they can do this better than anybody in the league. They get 4 yards and take it all the way down. And I think O.J. Anderson just reached 1,000 yards on the year.
Yes, he did.
Who said he was too old?
Well, as you said, he was a Plan C free agent. He was the only one that wanted him. He was eligible for Plan B, but got no offers. He's not rushed for 1,000 yards previously since 1984. Second down and 5, and Anderson breaks into the Raiders secondary. He's ahead for 6 yards and a New York first down. Lyndon King and Eddie Anderson on the stop. Salute for O.J. Anderson's 1,000-yard season. First and 10, right back to the money, but this time O.J. is thrown back by Howie Long.
Scott Davis, number 70 on the Raiders. He must have been the snap count because he almost tackled Phil Simms before he handed off. Davis showing extreme quickness off the ball.
He broke through in the first half. You remember, he got that big sack of Phil Simms. Only 2 turnovers in the game, 1 for each side in the first half. Game clock down to 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. The Giants have outscored the Raiders in the second half 10-0 to take a 27-17 lead. Simms with a play fake, buys time, lets her fly. Roussan goes for the ball, but it's not close. Lee Roussan, number 22, backup fullback.
And Phil Simms still not throwing many balls to his outside receivers. He'd prefer to throw them to the running backs out of the backfield and his tight end. A lot of times it's a better mismatch there when you use those players. You get a running back on a linebacker making him run down the field, and you get a tight end on a safety.
Could be looking at a wide receiver now, Matt. He's got 3 in the game, and Manuel, Baker, and Robinson. Howard Cross has been a weapon too. The tight end from Alabama, the first-year player, has his first 2 receptions, averaging 26 a catch today. Downfield throw to Stephen Baker, who turns upfield, and Baker has a giant first down. He takes the ball inside the 35-yard line. Manuel, a good downfield blocker, helped him after the catch.
Stephen Baker came into the game wondering how he was going to keep his hands warm. Well, there's one way to keep them warm: catch a lot of balls. Phil Simms, watch Phil Simms hold this ball to the last minute, allowing Baker to get open. He knew he was going to take the lick. He just hung onto the ball, let Baker come across the field, and put it right on him.
A good timing throw. Giants now with a first down and 10 and just 8 seconds to play in the third quarter. Lewis Tillman is struck hard as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Benson got him. Gun sounds. The Giants won the third quarter handily as Art Shell and his Raiders find themselves down by 10 going to the final 15 minutes. Stadium, Giant fans in celebration as the Giants appear to be headed towards an NFC Eastern championship. They can secure it with a win today, and they have taken a 27-17 lead over the Raiders after the 2 teams were tied at the half, 17-all. This is Don Criqui with Ahmad Rashad at sold-out Giant Stadium. The chill factor was 7 below at kickoff at 1 when the sun was bright. Now it's got to be way down. O.J. Anderson has gone to 1,000 yards. Tillman's in the game as the running back now. Simms stands in, downfield throw. He's got a tight end, Moad, and a penalty marker goes down at the line of scrimmage. Lyndon King on the tackle. Tillman rocked in his stance. They're calling it against the Raiders.
Mike Weiss had a couple of runs at it. He jumped out and then jumped back and then jumped out and then jumped back. One time too many, as he was caught with his hand in the cookie jar, as they say.
Apparently now they're going to rest O.J. Anderson, at least while they have this 10-point lead, and get him, keep him healthy for the playoffs. O.J., what was he telling you? He's going to have his victory tour next year. He's coming back like Kareem.
That's right.
Expecting gifts.
Number 90, offside. They're going to take the penalty, replay the second down.
Hopes to get gifts all over the league.
Yeah, I think Dr. J and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar set up something on that tour around the league. But there you see number 90, Weiss, jumping off, then jumping back again. Then he gets caught. The ball snapped just as he's trying to get back. But as we were saying about O.J. Anderson, when Kareem's teammates gave him a Rolls Royce, O.J. said, "I want my time. I'm going to take my thing around the league."
Lewis Tillman, first year back from Jackson State, the lone setback. Carthon leads the blocking, and Tillman takes it inside the 30 on a 2nd and 7 carry. As the throw downfield is connected to Stacy Robinson, who's inside the 25-yard line and down to the 23. Simms' confidence grows in this bitter cold as he keeps making the plays, and the Giants have a first down.
O.J., you see Art Shell there, not happy about much this afternoon. And the rest that we talked about that Bill Parcells was giving O.J. Anderson has ended. O.J. is now in the game. Phil Simms now just firing the ball out.
Raiders have not been in this game in the second half offensively. They started out in a hole on their first possession. The decision to return a punt from deep in their own end, the subsequent penalty, and they've never gotten out of the jam. Here's Anderson back in. Penalty marker comes in from the umpire. Probably an offensive holding call. Thomas Benson on the tackle for the Raiders. 12:58 to play. Parcells is particularly proud of this team. He doesn't think.
Holding 65 offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Bart Oates, the center, is called for the hold. He was out here in a T-shirt before the game.
Yeah, told me.
Snapping the ball.
So you see Bart Oates, the center, right in the middle of your screen, number 65. He's grabbing Golick and just pulls his jersey down. He gets caught there. But we were talking about Oates being out here early. He had on just a T-shirt. Told me I should be. You know what? Anytime you ever, even if you travel through the Minnesota airport, people say you should be used to it. Yeah, you should be used to it.
You don't get used to this. I mean, it is really. There's a guy down here with his shirt off. We always have one of those. Fulbright scholar who's been let out for the day. Santa's got that corncob pipe fired up there. Giants have their fans fired up here at bitter cold Giant Stadium, leading 27-17. They look for their first NFC divisional title since their Super Bowl year in '86. First and 10 Giants. Sim makes the connection to Zeke Moat. Raiders doubling up the Giant wide receivers, and the tight ends have been running free. First and 20 was the play, and the game was good for about 14 yards. First and 20 after the holding call.
Fine jobs by Phil Simms looking for Moat the entire way. Moat come running across the middle, gets behind Jerry Robinson. Nice possession catch. Takes a rock of a hit there on the end, but he's a big, strong fella, 6'3", 240, and filling in very nicely for Bavaro. Now you see him going out to the sideline. Looked like he took a little shot right on the top of his shoulder, but when you see Ronnie Barnes over there, the trainer, smiling, it's a good sign.
The Giants were saying, Ahmad, well, most guys wouldn't be playing with a bad shoulder that Moat has, but they have to have him in there. Bavaro can't go because of a knee injury. He could be ready for the playoffs. Second down and 8 for the Giants. Dumping it off. O.J. Anderson puts one person on the floor with a straight arm and takes it down to the 8-yard line. Benson finally got him. Anderson turns a no-gainer into a 12-yard pickup with the straight arm.
O.J. Anderson can not only run, but he can catch, he can stiff arm.
Robinson, he gets there.
He can cut. He still has it. He can still make that big play. That was just a great play by O.J. Anderson. He showed every facet of his game on one play.
Yes, he did. All on display there as the Giants are inside the 10, first and goal again. Parfound. Straight ahead rush down to the 3-yard line. In the second half, the Raiders haven't been vaguely close to even a long field goal attempt. They've not been in the game offensively. O.J. Anderson isn't the oldest runner to gain 1,000. John Henry Johnson did that for the Steelers when he was 35, gained 1,000 in a 12-game season.
When you look at these Giants, you start looking for O.J. Anderson. Here comes Maurice Carthen. And I really think the key and the heart and soul of this offense is that offensive line. They are really pushing people backwards. These backs have the opportunity to make the cuts. And anytime you have that room in front of you, it's the offensive line powering out.
Could be the knockout punch now as the Giants look to put it in again. Play fake. Simms rolling out. He'll take it in. Phil Simms. Touchdown, Giants.
Phil Simms taking it on his own. You know, he's got that bad ankle. He's got it heavily taped.
Bad ankle and all, though, Phil Simms runs it in, and Nitmo, who's been perfect today, hits the point after, and the Giants have doubled the Raiders' output with 17 unanswered second-half points. The Giants have this game locked up, 34-17.
Down the game, offense, defense, and special teams. Once again, you see Phil Simms rolling out here. He's got that bad right ankle. That's why he's not cutting back inside. Takes it right to the corner and takes it in for the score. But, I mean, that's what you got to get when you play this team. You're going to get a team that's going to come at you in every single aspect of the game, and they don't really have a real weakness.
Eric Moore, number 60, was out in front. Coach Parcells, well pleased. So the Giants, unless the Raiders can really get their pass game cranked up, are going to win the division. Winners.
The Giants force you into playing. They just keep coming at you and coming at you. They did not have a dip at all in this football game. Whereas the Raiders had that little dip, the Giants took advantage of it and scored got a couple of scores there. And next thing you know, you're trying to play catch up with a team that's not going to give the ball back.
Doesn't get the rush that Taylor gets. That's not his job. Burline, downfield throw. Fernandez there's a pickoff. Harry Williams, the right side corner on the run. Number 23 is Sheldon White. Kicks a balloon out of the way to make way for the return. Willie Gault finally makes the tackle on the return. But Burline's first interception has in effect ended this game. 7:26 to go, and the Giants take over, leading 34-17.
And that indeed was all the scoring in the game. And a tradition that began a couple of years ago by Harry Carsons started up again. And head coach Bill Parcells was soaked with Gatorade. I think it's so cold out there today he didn't hardly notice it. But I know he's happy to be the Eastern Division champion.
Raiders' season ends here after a spirited run at the playoffs, while the Giants clinch the NFC East division title. As champions, they'll have a week off before they have to play again. But more importantly, they'll go into the postseason riding the impetus of an impressive all-round performance and a brilliant individual one from David Meggett.
I'm really pleased for these guys. They worked hard. You know, we were picked third in this division in preseason. We're an 8-8 team. We're in transition, but we're on top of it now. And I just look forward to trying to get some guys healthy here and starting the playoffs. So I'm real proud of them, and they've worked hard, and they deserve all the credit. They really do.
I'm looking forward to getting this week off and getting my body well so that I can make this run. Our team can make this run to the championship.
Everybody has been coming together and playing well. We showed a really good offensive football team out here in the second half with probably the best run in football right now. And yeah, it's a mark of definitely a good football team.
These guys in here are fighters. Even though we got down 17 points there, these guys still wanted to get in the end zone at least one more time just for pride. And I think it's going to motivate everybody to work that much harder, to know that we were that close this year in the final part of the year to making it.